Okay, man, are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it. This is ancient Greece! I'm Claudia.
And I'm Geneva. Okay, so the topics we'll cover today are geography, wars, mythology, and architecture.
Greece is part of an ecological zone encompassing the Mediterranean Sea and the land surrounding it. This zone is bounded by the Atlantic Ocean to the west, the several ranges of Alps to the north, the Syrian Desert to the east, and the Sahara Desert to the south. These places all have a similar climate, similar seasons, and similar plants and animals. With the summer season comes storms from the Atlantic, allowing hot, dry air from the Sahara to come up over the region. Greek civilizations arose in the lands bordering the Aegean Sea. Southern Greece is a dry and rocky land with small plains separated by low mountain ranges. This means Greek farmers depended on rainfall to water their crops. The limited arable land, thin topsoil, and sparse rainfall could not sustain large populations.
This brings us to our next topic, war.
Each polis was fiercely jealous of its independence and suspicious of its neighbors, leading to frequent conflict. By the early 7th century BCE, the Greeks had developed a new kind of warfare waged by hoplites.
Hoplites were heavily armored infantrymen who fought in close formation.
Protected by a helmet, breastplate, and leg guards, each hoplite held a round shield over his left side and the right side of the man next to him.
The key to victory is maintaining the cohesion of one's own formation while breaking open the enemy line.
The Peloponnesian War was an ancient Greek war fought by Athens and Sparta in 431 BCE. The Athenians used their naval power to insulate themselves from the dangers of a siege by land. When the war began, Pericles refused to engage the Spartan-led armies that invaded Attica each year, knowing that as long as Athens controlled the sea lanes and was able to supply itself, the enemy hoplites must soon return to their farms, and the city could not be starved into submission. After nearly 3 decades, Athens surrendered to Sparta after a defeat in a naval battle in 404 BCE.
Shutterstock music.
Fun fact: ancient Greek mythology is filled with legends of the pomegranate, most famous being of Persephone. She was desired by Hades, so he decided that she would be his wife. To do that, he kidnapped her. Persephone's mother Demeter in turn caused every plant on earth to die. Zeus commanded Hades to allow Persephone to return home. However, before she left, Hades tricked her into eating 4 seeds from a pomegranate, condemning her to life in the underworld 4 months out of the year.
The first thing to know in Greek mythology is the creation. It all started with chaos, an empty void. Somehow this enormous vacancy gave birth to Gaia, the earth, to Tartarus, the great region beneath the earth, and to Eros, the shining god of love and attraction. Uranus was Gaia's son, and also her husband.
Shutterstock music.
Okay, that's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. It's like of all the types of incest, that is the worst.
First of all, please do not rank different types of incest. That is terrible. Second, it was completely normal in this time. Gaia and Uranus produced the 3 Cyclops, 3 Hecaton showers, a giant with 100 arms and 50 heads, and 12 Titans. Uranus wasn't happy about that, so he simply shoved them to the deepest, darkest, most unknown place on the entire Earth, Gaia's womb. He literally shoved 18 different creatures into his wife.
Okay, what is wrong with this guy? First, he chooses to do the dance with no pants with his own mother, and then shoves their children back up into her?
Yeah, basically. I mean, where else would he put them?
Well, not inside of her.
Anyways, Gaia was pretty salty about that, so she decided to castrate him. She wasn't actually going to do it, though, so one of her children did. None of them wanted to, except Cronus, the youngest.
So, castrated as in cutting off his, his...
Penis, Geneva. It's not a bad word. Then they threw it in the ocean, and ta-da! Aphrodite was born in the sea foam.
So she was born from an amputated penis in the sea. Okay, this is ridiculous. There's no way anyone can believe that. Right?
I highly doubt it, but it's a fun story. You have incest and dismembered male genitalia, and the goddess of love being born from the sea. What more could a story have?
I mean, it's just a thought, but maybe some other less crazy characters, such as Athena, goddess of wisdom and warcraft,
Aphrodite, goddess of love and beauty,
Hades, god of the underworld,
Poseidon, god of the sea,
Zeus, god of the sky,
Achilles, hero of the Trojan War,
Hercules, son of Zeus and the greatest of Greek heroes,
Lernaean Hydra, the five-headed monster that just keeps growing more heads.
Hermes, the messenger god.
Sirens, hypnotic women who draw semen to them with their voices, often causing them to crash.
Medusa, monster with snakes for hair and turns you to stone if you look in her eyes.
The Minotaur, a monster that is half human, half bull.
And Cyclops, giants with one eye, descendants of Poseidon.
Next comes architecture. Greek life is dominated by religion, but religious temples also served a political purpose. Claudia, what are you doing? Okay, give me the marker.
The Greeks developed three architectural systems called orders. The Greek orders are Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian. The Parthenon is of Doric order. It is the temple of Athena Parthenos on the Acropolis in Athens, which is basically an ancient city located on a rocky formation above the city of Athens. The Parthenon was built in the 5th century BCE. Doric style is sturdy and its top, the capital, is plain. This style was used in mainland Greece and the colonies in southern Italy and Sicily. Next is Ionic order, like the Erechtheum, a temple from the Middle Classical period of Greek art and architecture, built on the Acropolis of Athens between 421 and 405 BCE. Also in Ionic order is the Temple of Apollo at Denney-Moore. The Ionic style is thinner and more elegant. Its capital is decorated with a scroll-like design or volute. This style was found in eastern Greece and the islands.
Shutterstock Music.
Corinthian order is the most ornate of the classic orders of architecture. It was also the latest, not arriving at full development until the middle of the 4th century BCE. However, the Corinthian style is seldom used in the Greek world, but often seen on Roman temples. Its capital is very elaborate and decorated with acanthus leaves.